Hello there, Atheist Jr. here, your friend and humble narrator, and I'm coming to you guys with a new installment in my series of live streams on my channel, the Whack and Atheist live streams, where Kent does his Whack and Atheist videos, and I stream my response where I add in my comments, do some jokes, maybe do some singing. You know, people, I get lots of requests, but I sing anyway. I'm horrible at it. I sing in an overly deep voice. And Sandra, she's okay, but I sing like this. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. All right. I'm trying to make these intros shorter because I know people watching the replay afterwards who don't want to sit through a long thing. So let's just get into it. How do I do this? This is no. There we go. It's difficult. That's what Kent does.
Co-president of the Freedom from Religion Foundation, which produces this show.
And I'm Anna Gaylor. And today we have a very special guest with us here in the Friendly Atheist Studio at Feedback Hall in Madison, Wisconsin, Professor Jerry Cohen. Jerry, welcome to Feedback Matters.
Well, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Now, your first book is called Why Evolution is True, which is a very plain-spoken title. Why?
Well, it expresses most succinctly the thesis of the book, which is the evidence for evolution, which I've been teaching for 30 years. And I couldn't think of a title. I mean, it's only 4 words. I couldn't think of a title that would convey the book in a more direct and way. I have to say I got some pushback from people. I think my publishers were a little bit worried about that because, you know, America is an evolution-resistant country, and that's an in-your-face title. So, but I fought for it.
Wait. America is an evolution-resistant country.
Don't say that as if you haven't contributed to that fact, Kent. Don't even play dumb.
It means not everybody accepts your religion?
Not a religion. The Supreme Court ruled that evolution is not a religion. I can look up the court rulings and show you the Supreme Court judges who made the ruling in the majority. Like, I know you don't care what courts say, Kent, but that's pretty much the highest court in the land. Sir, play the video.
Okay, let's keep going.
And I think it's a good title, and ultimately they used it. So.
What do you think they wanted the title to be?
I have no idea. I don't know if we actually discussed alternative titles. I can't really think of one. Richard's is called his book on the evidence. Richard Dawkins, The Evidence Revolution, is called The Greatest Show on Earth. But then he has a subtitle, and my editor, Wendy Wolf, who's a great editor at Viking Pen, and she's resistant to subtitles, so I didn't want to have one for this book. So
I think it's a great title.
Yeah.
And is it the kind of title where you're just making the case to the American public? Anybody can pick this book up and understand why evolution is true?
Yeah, you don't really need a biology background. All you need is intellectual curiosity. The audience were people who already accepted evolution but didn't know the evidence for it. And,
come on, there we go. People who already accepted evolution. Okay, there's one. Keep going.
For experts, but it's nice, especially given the fact that only 1 in 5 Americans accepts naturalistic evolution, that everybody who accepts it knows why it is true. And
I'm sorry, that 1 in 5? I thought about 50% of them.
I'm sorry. What is the deal with the audio, man? Like, Joseph is the tech guy. I had a string of emails recently with Joseph because Kent Hovind said, you know, he made his pretty weak gay bashing joke against me about my car insurance, and he said, I'll email Joseph if you want to find out about your car insurance. And so I did, because I was literally like so confused. I was like, car insurance? What? And then Mark Stoney finally filled me in, because it wasn't until before I figured it out, before he told me, Kent had just been saying it. It wasn't until like several videos later that he showed it with a picture of a car being rear-ended. You know, like, I've been rear-ended too many times. It's like, Kent, it's funny you think I'm a bottom. I'll make you a bottom, Kent. I'll make you my bottom, Kent. But yeah, so I emailed Joseph. I'm like, what? So why is my car insurance canceled? And then like we started going back and forth. Because I was trying to tell him, I was like, are you okay with the fact that your preacher says that the government should execute LGBT people? And he refused to acknowledge that Kent had said that. And I was like, okay, here's the video. And he's like, I'm not going to watch a whole 23-minute video. I'm like, I sent the link with the timestamp built in. All you have to do is click it. You know what I mean? And then after that, he sort of went silent. And I was saying, like, what are the qualifications to become the tech guy at DAL? Is it just like in the trailer park that you grew up in? Were you the one kid who had a laptop and that's why? Or is that it? Is that all it takes? Because like, what is the deal with the audio? It was worse at the very beginning of this video.
Well, it depends on how you define accepting evolution. The latest Gallup poll shows that 40% of Americans are young Earth creationists, so they just accept the biblical story in Genesis. Another 30-odd% are theistic evolutionists. So let's say that evolution happened, but God had a hand in it. I don't consider them real evolutionists. They span the whole gamut from people who believe in sporadic divine intervention in evolution to people who just say, well, God created the universe and evolution was a byproduct of that. You know, but if you put God in it, then it's not natural.
Is there another option at all, Jerry, that evolution didn't happen at all and you're on the wrong side? Have you ever, I mean, freedom from thought, I know, but I'm going to try to get you to think for a minute. Maybe they're right. And maybe
saying, evolution didn't happen at all. Is that an option? That's like saying, that's like looking at the Earth that we have now and saying, for that to be true, there would be no biodiversity on Earth of any of the animals. If that was true, you wouldn't exist, Ken. And that would be a good thing, but I wouldn't exist either. I would not exist either. And neither would Kate Upton. So I don't think that would be a good thing if evolution wasn't true, Kent.
maybe you're wrong. Maybe there is no evidence for this evolution you keep wanting us to accept. Just maybe. Think about it.
Ballistic. And then the people who accept evolution, who answer the question that humans evolved from other creatures and God had no hand in the process, is 19%, 1 in 5. And that's the way we teach it in the classroom.
But,
So
I mean, that's almost like as many 50% around the country. Well, we're almost 1 in 4.
yeah,
So that's kind of dismaying.
yeah, it's distressing.
It bothers you, Annie, that only 20% of the population believe they're related to a potato? That bothers you? That encourages me. 80% of the people don't accept that idea that they're related to a mosquito and a potato.
Well, it's not, I mean, that's a straw man, but that's just the tip of the iceberg, because if you don't accept that theory of science, then you're scientifically illiterate. You're probably going to either, I was going to say, educate your kids to be scientifically illiterate, or give them a lack of education to be literate scientifically. And it's not a good thing. And it's a legitimate thing to be worried about, Ken. So you shouldn't be minimizing it. But she's a woman, so she's a woman. Dumb bitch.
Potato. I like that idea.
And then it explains, the explanation for that, our resistance is this. I talked to you earlier, the fact that we're one of the most religious, in fact, the most religious first world country. And there's a definite negative correlation between how religious you are in a country and how much evolution you accept. So.
There you go again with accept. But Jerry, evolution is a religion. There's no evidence of
why, so I'm going to be, for those who don't know, I'm going to be doing a debate with Ken Hovind pretty soon. I don't know when, but it's Donnie and me have been in talks. Donnie messaged me and he's like, Ken Hovind, I asked Ken about the debate and he agreed. I'm like, yeah, no shit, he agreed, Donnie. Of course he did. But did you? Because I told Donnie I have literally one stipulation about this debate, and it's that if Kent brings up my personal sexuality or the fact that I'm LGBT, then the debate is going to shift from being about evidence for evolution to that topic, because I know what Kent wants to argue about, and we're gonna hash that debate topic out until I feel satisfied with it. And the condition is that SFT is not going to stop me and butt in like he did last time. And on my end, I won't during the debate. I'll agree. I'm not going to bring up anything from tax cases, divorce, wives, anything of Kent's. That's my thing. I'm not going to. The idea is that personal information will just be left out because it's irrelevant and people stay on topic. But if Kent goes there because he can't help himself, he cannot help himself, then I get to go in on Kent on that, and I'll hash that out as long as it takes. That so I'm like, I know you. So you told Kent about the debate. Did you tell him my stipulation? Because of course he's going to agree to it. He'll agree to a debate with any person any day of the week. You know what I mean? He's like walking down the street and he's a dog. Like, look, I'll debate that dog right now. How much? I'll debate all the dogs on the street at the same time. Hovind.
Well, ever producing something other than their same kind. Ever. No farmer on the planet, in the history of the planet, has seen a cow produce a non-cow, or a frog produce a non-frog, or a dog produce a non-dog. You guys believe in evolution. It's a religious belief. It is not science.
I'll believe. If I can quote one of my favorite Adult Swim shows, which is Xavier Renegade's Angel. Out of context, it's believe me, when I get this dead motor mouth yapping, he won't stop chewing my lips off until I have to knock his black off or jack our mouths off.
I'll debate you and Annie and Dan and all the University of Chicago professors together. I'll come up to Chicago. I'll pay my way. University of Chicago. Tell them all, guys. I'll pay my way there. Get my own.
These meager victim sickles need the heat of my release.
Hotel room. I'll debate the whole science faculty on a couple simple conditions. They go first, present one evidence for evolution. I go next. I get equal time. No interrupting. No cursing and swearing.
Fuck.
One topic at a time. Then they go on to their next one. I'll debate them 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row if it needs to be.
Damn.
Till we exhaust every one of their so-called evidences for evolution that they want their students to accept. All you students up there, any university do this, okay?
I cannot help but be reminded of how Kent is acting here. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the episode of South Park where the cop goes undercover as a prostitute, and I don't want to even elaborate, but he's just like, come on, I'll take on Maury, I'll take Ollie at the same time. Freeze, I'm a cat.
Okay, say, teacher, would you please debate Kent Hovind? Can we bring Kent Hovind in and debate? It won't cost a dime. When they refuse, contact Joseph. We're going to keep a list on our website. The following professors refuse to debate him. Okay.
It's like insert dick here. See if I can. Just a pro tip for anybody on YouTube who does content. If you pause a video, you can press the period and or comma key on your keyboard to advance by 1 frame. If you're trying to get good screenshots for thumbnails, because I'm well known for my good Hovind screenshotting abilities, and this is what I do. Because you can literally go through any Kent video, pause it, and do this. You have to be on PC, and you will find the craziest faces he makes. He has a gold mine of, there we go. Insert penis here, or in punch here. And so my announcement is that I am going to be doing a debate with Kent, and I have another announcement that's a lot more fun. You have to wait to the end of the stream to that, but watch the whole thing.
Okay.
So aren't we tied something with a country like Turkey for acceptance of evolution?
Yeah, Turkey is the only so-called first world country that's lower. I don't know who determines whether the country's first world or not, but Turkey's in that class, and that's the only one that's lower than we are. But they're also very religious because they're a Muslim country. That also holds, by the way, for U.S. states.
Thank you for the super chat, Kiwi.
So if you look at the religiosity of all 50 states and plot acceptance of evolution, the more religious states, which of course are in the South, are the ones that are most resistant to evolution. So this negative correlation holds for countries as well as states.
So Why is evolution true?
Because of the evidence, that's why any scientific theory, we can discuss what a theory means if you want, but there's so much evidence in favor of evolution. The fossil record, biogeography, embryology, each one of these.
Wait. The fossil record? There is no fossil record, Jerry. There are fossils. No
There is no fossil record.
question. It's not a record.
Why is there is no fossil record? There are fossils. It's not a record. What's a record? A record is when you you make a recording via either writing something down or typing it to have notes that say, on this date, I found this thing. I found a chicken bone in the alley. I found, a great deal on an NES. I found my wife at a garage sale. And you record these things down. You write these things down. It's a record. Scientists make records, measurements of, they release different gases. And they're like, well, what was the effect of this during our experiments? Because they need to be repeatable so that in the peer review process, results can be compared. So if paleontologists are finding fossils and digging them up and recording where we found the fossil, what's the measurements of the fossil, recording potentially what the bone they think it is, or what animal species they think it belong to, if they're not sure, or they know for sure because this is another fossil of the same area, the same layer, and we know that this is the type of organism or animal that lived here. And we've also, it's like how we've gotten how many skeletons of Australopithecines, like 300 plus. How is it not a record? Seriously, it's not a record because there's not a date carved into it. Is that his explanation for why it's not a fossil record?
There is no biogeography. Okay.
Oh, he didn't say the thing. There's no date stamped on it. It doesn't talk. It doesn't talk. Okay, so if the fossil talked, would it count as a record? You cunt.
There's all kinds of animals are found in all kinds of layers.
How does Kent actually have a voice that's this high pitched? I swear to God.
And you guys date the layers by the fossils and the fossils by the layers.
No, because you're leaving out radiometric dating, and you have been told like this so many times that you're just a lying, dishonest piece of shit.
The fact that we have fossils at all
is
proof of a flood.
No, it's not. It's proof of a flood, but not a global flood. And even if it was, you can't prove that global flood was caused by your specific God, can you?
Aren't forming today. Show me some place where animals.
I have listened to most of the stream already. He's going to talk about buffaloes. That was 200 years ago, Ken. It takes longer for animals to fossilize, you idiot.
How many buffalo fossilize?
You absolute freaking idiot. It takes longer than that, son. Okay?
How many were killed out there? Millions in the West to subdue the Indians? How many buffalo fossilized? None. Fossilization is a rare event. Well, but it doesn't seem to be. There's a whole lot in the ground. Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be rare for fossils to form. Well, it is, and it's even rarer for us to find one and for it to be intact enough to even know what it is, even know what kind of bone it is, and to identify like to which species did this boner belong, with the program, Kent.
Yeah, because of the flood of Noah.
Oh, how do you know it's the flood of Noah? How do you know it's not simply a non-worldwide flood, a local flood? How do you know it wasn't fossilized from being in a bog or a peat bog, or from a mudslide or a tsunami that buried it rapidly under my ex-girlfriend's house. How do you know that?
So then I can't believe, Jerry, you are teaching at a major university.
Can't believe? Did you mean you can't accept?
And you're still teaching embryology. You listed that as one of your evidences. Jerry, you ought to be ashamed of yourself or embarrassed that you're that dumb to not know that was proven wrong in 1874. There's no evidence for evolution from embryology.
Kent, you should be ashamed of yourself for what you said about Mark Stoney.
Stop teaching that. That's propaganda. It's
Make me, bitch.
evil to teach that because that's what justifies abortion.
Good. I want as many people who need abortion to have access to it on demand. Drive-through. I want drive-through abortions, Kent, with your face on them.
Isn't it?
This is a chapter
It's the Kent Hovind abortion clinic. You drive up, we'll chop it up and vacuum it out in 15 minutes or less. Hovind.
in the book supporting it, vestigial organs, etc. There's so much evidence, and it's not just evidence, it's confluent evidence. It also is the same thing. Evidence is well for natural selection. And there.
Do it. Make that your first topic in our debate, Jerry. Call me. We can do the
What did he say? Embryology? I'll be happy to do that as my line of evidence for our next debate, Kent. I would love to. I think that would be really funny because it always angers Kent, and that would be another thing that inevitably makes him talk about abortion because Big Bad Mama and they saw, and if you saw the last time I interacted with Kent, this happened because we started talking about embryology, I think, and he can't, that inevitably leads in his argument and his slides to talking about abortion. I actually got to have a little mini debate about abortion. I was going to say mini abortion. I got to have a mini debate about abortion with Kent, which I've been wanting to have for a long time. I've been wanting to debate Kent on abortion for a long, long time. And I got a little taste. I got a little taste of that borscht, but that borscht bait. But can't have to leave because some of us have to work for a living. Mark Stoney. Do you know Mark Stoney said, you go when you're at DAL for 2 days. After 2 days, they're going to ask you to work. Yeah, if you're going to eat our food and use my electricity and see in my closet my collection of panties. You're going to pay. You're going to have to work, bitch.
Do the debate online. You stay where you are. I'll stay where I am. Joseph will set it up. He'll send you a link. Come in. I'll debate you. And you can have 20 helpers. One at a time, one topic at a time, equal time for each side, not each person.
Okay, how does this make sense? To the people in the chat, do I actually have early onset Alzheimer's, or does this make no sense? Because if homeboy here, who I love his aesthetic. He's very like 70s like professor with like what do they call the pads and like a pipe. Like this guy looks like a smart man. I just like that and his ring. He looks a lot smarter than Kent does, and they're probably a similar age, but like it's with it.
Simple enough. Call. Come on, Jerry.
There's no evidence against evolution, which is
no evidence against evolution. No, there's no evidence for it. I say there's no evidence against SpongeBob. Well, how do you disprove of something like that? There's no evidence that you drill down 50 feet in the moon and you're going to hit green cheese. There's no evidence that that's not true. Come on, that's not how science works. Where's the evidence for evolution? There isn't. Nobody's ever seen a cow produce a non-cow, ever. But you guys make these family trees up with everything going back to a common ancestor. Let me show you one. Just to get it straight here. Let's see right here.
We don't have to make the family tree manually. You can feed the data into a computer and it'll spit out a family tree. It might not look as pretty as the one on your textbook, but the data will be near identical.
Debates.
The tree will be near identical.
Right, come over to this one.
If you feed it's same data, just saying.
There. Okay. You guys make up these family trees as
Am
if
I-
this is supposed to be some kind of
Did I
evidence.
mute Ken? Did I
You
do
have
that?
the human
Did
and
I
the
do
bird and the
it?
ladybug going back to. You guys can't evidence for.
Hold on.
These are things like smallpox.
Did I fuck up? Hold on. Did I do something here?
His book on the evidence for
Am I-
documents. The evidence from people who believe
You guys can't hear the video? It's audio
Fossilization
just
is
cut
a
out for some
rare
reason?
event. Well, but it doesn't seem to be. There's a whole lot in the ground.
Wait, that is.
Yeah, because of the
Okay,
flood of Noah.
Let me
Then
refresh.
I can't believe,
I
Gary,
didn't
you
mute
are
the
teaching
site
at a
and the.
major university
It's weird. Let
and
me
you're
just
still
refresh
teaching
this tab.
favored races in the struggle for life. That's the book
what-
that influenced Hitler to do what he did with World War II.
You guys can hear the video? Okay. Because like I can't all of a sudden. Oh wait, I think I. Let me just. I'll just play it.
Come on now, Jerry, study your history and be honest. Evolution has been detrimental morally. Let me ask you, Jerry,
Okay, there we go. I know why it was. Sorry.
if evolution is true,
Did I skip way ahead or no?
how do you tell right from wrong? Would it be wrong to go next door and kill your neighbor's
I think I did, but we're just gonna play it from here.
baby and eat it?
Obviously, yes.
Just yes or no.
Yes.
I'll assume you'll say, yeah, that'd be wrong. Okay. How do you measure that? How do you know it's wrong?
How do I know it's wrong? Well, because that would be an unnecessary, premeditated act of violence that results in the death of an innocent child who is my neighbor, who I likely have a relationship with, and you're killing something that's defenseless, that's going to traumatize that family, really for no reason other than just because you said this is your example. Did you say you eat the baby? Is that what he said? Yeah, there's just no reason for it. I could just go to McDonald's, Ken, and order a spicy, not a McChicken, but the spicy chicken sandwich. It's the number 7B with the little spicy sauce on it, and like I am so mad. I got so mad when they stopped serving Red Flash at McDonald's, because like where else can you get Red Flash? But I'd probably just get like a Sprite or something, and just like I've been trying to drink less soda, so maybe I'd order a Dasani. But yeah, I'm hungry.
The lion does it to the zebra
I'm getting hungry now. Sorry.
all the time. Go next door, kill the zebra baby and eat it.
You're comparing a situation that's apples and oranges. I forget who said it, but it's like, never mind. So you're comparing apples and oranges and winding up with fruit punch or something like that. Somebody said that the other day in a stream, and I thought it was funny. Oh my gosh, I am willy-nilly with the mouse, guys. That was like a DUI with the mouse. Okay, but I will answer the question. So the reason that it's not the same thing is because animals, although they have been shown to show empathy and have sympathy for other animals, if you're saying that a zebra went to its like zebra neighbor and ate the baby, I would assume, based on the limited information and context of the example, that it did do that for a specific reason, and that's likely because this zebra or whatever it was is living in the wild, like perhaps the savanna of Africa, which can be very, very brutal and unforgiving in terms of weather. But not just that, the animals, the predators that they have to face, zebra. Have you ever seen one of the videos where a zebra, it goes to a watering hole and literally, I'm going to say alley crocodile comes out of nowhere. The water looks like it's this deep, and yet an alligator comes up, sinks its teeth into the zebra's neck, and just pulls it in and starts its death crawl. So it's a hard knock life for the zebra. So he's got to, get food somehow. That's nature. That's animals. That's, different than humans doing that, because you're comparing human morality to a situation with animals where they don't have morality on the same levels as humans. So why are you even comparing them?
like a mole game. The mole sticks his head up and you bang it back down with a hammer. Oh, that was Heather last week. I should have changed it.
Kent, this is what I was saying. This is the audio at the beginning of the video. Thanks for contributing to my tinnitus, Kent. Jeez. Okay. I was like hearish. I don't know.
Antibiotics is
This is probably not going to be a super long stream just because like Kent is a cunt.
natural selection, of course.
That's true. See, if you got a bunch of bacteria and you spray something on them or shoot them with an antibacterial formula, and 99% of them die, the 1% that didn't die already had the resistance to that, didn't they? And they get to be a whole new population. And pretty soon, the whole population become resistant to that particular antibiotic. Evolution's got nothing to do with that. It didn't.
Evolution has nothing to do with that. What you're describing is the process of natural selection, which is a big mechanism of evolution, Ken.
Create anything. Giving the antibiotic.
Yeah, it did. It created bacteria that have a resistance because before the majority of the population did not have it.
Antibiotic selected a slice of the code that already existed to now thrive and take over the.
You're saying the code already existed. Why does your example pick an arbitrary place in time to start? Yeah, if you set the date, like this is the date of my example, and say, yeah, it already existed. Yeah, because you're talking about after, it already existed. Yeah, this mutation or this trait already existed. Yeah, but it didn't exist from the beginning of creation, did it? No. So how did it get here? How did that line of the code get there? How did that specific mutation in the DNA get there? How did that structure get there? Because it wasn't just always there, was it? You penis breath.
Over the population. They say roaches, become resistant to pesticides. Okay. They'll never become resistant to a sledgehammer.
To quote R and Ra, well, there were some sort of trilobite scorpion type animals in, I believe, the early, I'm going to make up a word and say metazoan. And they were armor plated, and you could try your best with a sledgehammer and you might hurt its shell, but you probably wouldn't kill it, and it might kill you first. Sorry, just saying.
You guys, that is not evidence for evolution. How can you?
Well, it is, but just saying. Thank you, Big Bad Mama, for the super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
How can you teach your student, and you students that are dumb enough to believe that, wake up. Don't fall.
Kent Hovind claims that he was a teacher. A true teacher or a good teacher or a teacher who knows right from wrong would never refer to a student as stupid or dumb, especially publicly or just ever at all. That shows to me a deep disrespect for the relationship between a student and a teacher and the education process. So I shudder to think that this man, if he really was truly teaching children, regardless if you want to say it was a Christian church or school or whatever, at the end of the day, he is educating them, quote unquote, in his own way. And they are going to come away from that experience possibly either believing some of the things that Kent said, or their seeds are being planted. So Captain Kent Hovind, Captain Kent Cunt strikes again, striking terror into the hearts of men.
Don't follow idiots like this who believe they came from a rock.
No one thinks they came from a rock, Kent. I cannot wait. I can't wait to do a debate with this man. I really said that I wouldn't do it again, but I took some time away from YouTube after that debate because it was not good for my mental health. But I and I will say, recently, I had a pretty bad week the other week, but then after that, I started doing a lot of live streams with other people, and that experience, that communal experience, has done wonders for my mood. So just wanted to say that.
Those bugs that are resistant are the ones that survive, and so doctors have to be aware of that. That's one reason why you have to take all your antibiotics.
You could believe in
Thank you, Colossus. Shut up, Ken. I'm getting super chats. I'm getting money. Shut up. Shut up.
creation or evolution and understand that. Got nothing to do with evolution.
Even though you feel better. So there are medical implications of evolution.
Well, and then in agriculture, pesticides and resistant and having to be changed all the time.
Yeah, let's see the people have been doing selective breeding long before we learned about evolution. So one thing you could realize is that
Wait, before we learned about evolution,
something is going to become resistant to whatever you try to kill it with. Now, we didn't understand why.
no, it doesn't become resistant. The population. People don't ever become resistant to a 50 caliber machine gun bullet. Okay, you don't become resistant to that. Now, the population of roaches might become resistant to a pesticide.
I don't. At least doesn't have slides, because I don't like hearing about roaches. I have a horrible phobia of seeing them, and I literally get traumatized when I see them. I can't. I just can't. I don't want to hear about it. I can't. That's anyway. Moving on. I can't deal with that.
Because one of them already had something in the gene code. I mean, if you're going around handcuffing people, taking them off and shooting them, and somebody doesn't have any hands, you can't handcuff them. Whoa, is that a beneficial mutation?
No, it wouldn't be beneficial, because that is a very specific scenario, and they would just use ankle cuffs instead. Dumb.
You can't handcuff them now. So pretty soon they're going to be the ones taking over the population, and pretty soon.
So you can't handcuff them. So they're just going to be going around and just nubbing at people and taking. What are you talking about? Just literally, you literally are describing how mutations are context specific, Ken. There are no eternally across the board bad or good, beneficial or harmful mutations. All beneficial or harmful mutations are context specific. The context being what the animal is, the environment, how that mutation affects it in a good way or a bad way. Does it help it? Does it harm it? And you're just so cunty and stupid, Ken, and I hate you. I legitimately do hate you, Ken. I know I had the hate Hovind live stream, but I like kind of actually do. I know hate is a strong word, but I really, really, really don't like you. I think that's a song by Fall Out Boy, but it is what it is, and it do what it do.
Pretty soon everybody's born with no hands. If every generation gets handcuffed and executed.
Oh, girl, watch me throw this money while you do it with no hands. I love that song. No Hovind, look ma, no Hovind, look ma, no Hovind.
That's a rough analogy, but that's what you're claiming. That's going to create something.
Sorry, shut up, Ken. So there are people in the chat like Mark Stoney who know that I'm a talented musician. Both, well, I'm not a very good singer, but I am a rap artist, and I do a lot of voices. I have multi-talented in a lot of different ways. I should start my own stand-up comedy show and just go touring. So I'm gonna have to end the stream, guys, soon. End the stream because I'm very tired, and I'm getting used to wearing contact lenses, and my studio lights are doing a number on me right now. So Ken Hovind, why don't you wrap it up, bitch, and just let's get to the point.
Something. It's a loss of information. All these roaches resistant to pesticides, bacteria resistant to antibiotics. That's a loss of information. I think in every case it's been demonstrated. It's nothing gained. You're still a bacteria. Let's see. There.
Until Darwin came along, but that particular phenomenon is not something that depends on natural selection, but the way to combat it, the particular machinations used to fight herbicide resistance or things like that depend on evolutionary considerations. But I don't want.
Oh, it does not. You're making a bold statement there that nobody's going to challenge. I'll challenge it. Doesn't it depend on evolution? Common sense would tell you if a certain percentage of the population is resistant to this bug killer, then next year we use a different bug killer. We could eventually, by just simply Russian roulette, wipe out the whole population. It didn't change anything. It didn't evolve into something new. That's not evolution, Jerry. Come on.
I want to leave readers with the idea that evolution is something that we really is so important in human material welfare and health that, you know,
It's important. We're all going to die if we don't believe in it, aren't we? Yep.
No, that's your thing, Kent. That's your thing. You are all going to go to hell if you don't believe like I say. So don't try and switch dildos on me, Kent. I know where I was sitting.
it's vital to understand for that reason. The best reason is to want to study evolution because it tells us the true story of our origins.
You're just making a bold claim again. And I'll tell you this, you are lying, okay? It doesn't tell us the true story of our origins.
Ouch. Who knew this kitten had claws? Meow.
Debate me on it.
I will. Set it up. Tell Donnie to set it up. I would love to. I would love to.
You believe it does. You teach it does. That's your religious belief.
Oh, why are you yelling, Kent? Because if you want, I could come up there and debate you so hard, and you would just be, ooh, I would debate you so hard. Ooh, you would see that my face. Ooh, I'm like a little debate pit bull. I'll debate you so good. Rough.
Believe, but that does not mean it's true. You make these statements, and all of a sudden it's true because, oh, Jerry Coyne said it. I'm going to go just another minute or two, brother. These guys fire me up. I could do a whack an atheist every day.
I could do a whack an atheist every day. I could whack an atheist in every way. I especially whack the ones who are gay. And I pick it. Oh, look, there's a truck of Frito-Lay. I'm going to chase it because I need some chips. And maybe they'll also have some dips. And Sandra wanted me to get her LaCroix because I'm Sandra's boy, Kent Hovind. Hovind out. Oh, no. Oh, the truck, the Frito-Lay ran over my foot. Ow, ow. Hovind out. Hovind out. Sandra, it happened again. It happened again.
Related to everything else, and it just adds a. I hate to use the word spiritual, but you know, in terms of awe before nature, it adds a certain amount of awe. And when you see a woodpecker and realize that every feature on that woodpecker, the fact that you know it has eyelashes to keep the wood chips from flying into its eyes, or it has a highly padded.
Wood chips flying into people's eyes. Okay.
Skull things that each one of those is a product of a blind, materialistic, naturalistic process that adds a lot of.
You're claiming the woodpecker, all these features of the woodpecker are a result of evolution.
Pecker. Woodpecker.
You're giving evolution credit for something that you can't prove it did that.
Yes, I can, and I will, and I can. I can dance the can. I also do a mean Charleston, and watch me do the worm, Kent. Watch me do me. Watch me do me. Watch me do me. Now watch me whip. Now watch me Hovind. Now watch me whip. Watch me Hovind. I whip my Hovind back and forth.
The woodpecker's amazingly designed.
My pecker's amazingly designed. Well, it's a little smaller than the other ones, but it's not about the size of the beak. It's the motion in the wood ocean.
Of the woodpecker goes all the way around the back of his skull and anchors in his left nostril.
Sounds hot.
When he pecks, every time he pecks forward, his eyes are open to focus on where to peck at.
That's good because I like the eye contact.
And then as soon as he hits, his eyes close, so the chips don't go in his eyes. Then he.
Oh, I see. That's good, girls. You got to make sure it doesn't get in your eyes at the end or your hair.
Backs up, opens his eyes, refocuses, and goes again. I forget how many times. Google, how many times do woodpeckers peck in a second?
How many pecks could a woodpecker peck if a woodpecker could peck woods? I don't know, but you know, you just give the woodpecker a towel afterwards and tell her that she did a good job. Pat her on the head.
It's a whole bunch. I did a series on that.
That's a whole bunch. And I've got a whole bunch of fucking terrible character flaws.
Okay. They have to close their eyes, open them when they're back, and focus and hit it again. And
that's what Sandra does.
And the beak has special.
And I say, Sandra, just turn the lights on. Like you're gonna keep bumping your head in the dark. Just
pads, and inside the head, they got a special fluid around their brain that's even thicker than most, because The brain is going
You're thicker than most. I'll give Sandra a fluid that's thicker than most. Okay, I'm going to stop. This is not okay.
back and forth in there, but it would be banging against his skull. He'd knock himself out. And they have
I'm like, the joke button in my brain like showed up and was like, oh, it was just an IOU. I just drew a blank. Like, okay, brain, give me something funny to say. We're streaming, and it was like, nah, bitch. Like, I got nothing.
have toes on their feet where 1 point's backwards, or 2 point back, 2 point down, 2 point up. So
That sounds like my cousin from Lenox, Alabama. 3 of his toes point backwards.
you can hope on the tree. And his tail has special muscles to be able to brace himself, to tripod himself, to be able to hit the tree over and over. And then when he's done pecking the hole, and the bug is
Bree, why is it that you always come in when I'm about to end the stream? I'd be angry at you if you weren't so beautiful.
of course, I'm trying to avoid this. He pecks into the tunnel where the bug is, and then his tongue is so long he can go down and chase around and find the bug. And the tongue has little barbs on it that stab the bug and drag him out resistantly to.
Is there a point somewhere in our future with this story?
Join him for supper. And all that happened by chance, didn't it, Jerry? You believe evolution gets the credit for that?
No. Stop telling people what they believe, because you're not a mind reader, Kent, and it's a good thing because you wouldn't want to hear the thoughts that I have in my head about you. But geez, I can't handle the like yelling. Like yelling. Like, why are you so mad, dude? Chill. So Kent, I love the Freedom from Religion Foundation. We stand the FFRF in this channel and in this household. And Kent Hovind just once again makes a fool of himself. It seems to me anytime that a line of evidence in one of these videos is brought up that's embryology, you can fast forward the video like 20 minutes and Kent will be yelling and be red in the face at the end. I just love that. So yeah, I'm gonna cut the stream short here, just because I feel like it, and it's my channel. It's not your channel. I was thinking about this today because Ken Hovind really is out here saying that I made his channel. I made him famous. Because all of his videos are about me, Kent Hovind, and and I'm thinking, okay, Kent, so you made me famous. You made my channel sort of blow up. Did you do that on purpose? Because if you did, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm flattered. Thank you. I've really enjoyed all the money I've made and all the clout I've gotten and all the wonderful people I've met from doing YouTube. Thank you. You did that for me? I'm flattered. Why would you? Interesting. Or was it not intentional? Well, if it wasn't intentional and you're saying that you made me unintentionally, am I Wolverine? Like it was an accident? Am I some sort of lab experiment? Like, sounds to me like you're just making up excuses because you're mad at the fact that my channel continues to succeed while your channels continue to get deleted by YouTube because you keep saying shit that you know will get your channel deleted, but you can't. Yeah, he cannot help himself. He can't. And I just thought that was funny to think about because he wants to take credit for my channel. He says, "Oh, look at these view counts because you put Ken Hovind in the title of your video, you get lots of views." Okay, then why doesn't Big Bad Mama have 40,000 subs then? Because their videos are great and they have Ken Hovind in the title, but Claude Ball isn't blowing up. Like Mark Stoney's channel is growing, Grayson's channel is growing. He just passed 1,000, and Mark Reed, all these people are growing, but none of them make. Well, some people do make content that's pretty exclusively about Kent, like me, but a lot of those channels I named do not make. They make a variety of content. You know what I mean? So I was just thinking about that. I just loved that idea of, okay, so you made me famous. You basically made my channel. I don't know what exactly he said. I'm like, okay, was that intentional? Because if it is, thank you. And again, Kent says that, oh, all of his like not like like most of his videos are about me, which I've never denied. Like, bitch, guilty as charged. And then he'll say in one breath, well, they don't realize they're showing my content. That gets the gospel out. Thank you. I'm like, okay, so you want me to make more videos about you? Why do you always seem to be complaining about that? So you made me famous so I could help get the gospel out? Well, wow. Okay, go off then. We stand a homophobic Hovind queen on this channel. Oh wait, no, we don't. Okay, guys. I just okay. Oh, and my announcement for the people who watched the whole stream who've been in here is that I'm going to be doing a collab with Creaky Blinder. Yes, Creaky Blinder. For the next time he works on a video against Russell, I'm gonna be contributing some stuff to that video. And when I say I am so excited about this collab, you guys do not even understand how excited I am. So that's my announcement. Yay. We stand Creaky on this channel hard. If you're not subbed to him, go over there. His content is so good. It's so good. I love his videos. So I'm honored. Thank you, Creaky, for agreeing and for giving me the opportunity. And yeah, so like this video, leave a comment for the algorithm. And yeah, just thank you guys so much for the views and the support. I always see you guys' comments and they're so great to read. And yeah, if you want to support the channel, you can be a channel member, or you can go to patreon.com/atheistjunior and send donations over there, little as $1 a month, or you could send me like 5,000 and I can get a rhinoplasty. Can I just say I hate this bump on my nose so much, and if I could just have the money sent to me so I could just get this like sliced off and just like I hate this. I'm sorry. I'm like, they're like, who turned the movie Frankenstein on? All right, end of the stream. Bye guys, love you, fucking love you, bye.